Okay, my stream's up. Now I can link it. Now I can paste it. Live. I'm live. Yo, is anybody here? The Bowblax show, the new show where I want to talk about things, but I don't want to make a Twitterverses. So I'm just calling it the Bowblax show. Dude, you're the very first person to the Bowblax show, Naboros. So yeah, I want to talk about things, but I don't want to make a Twitterverses. So we are going to talk about things. What is Keem tweeting about right here? Let's see.
My only issue, I would say, is there's no disclaimer to be, because, you know, they said nobody asked for this, which of course they didn't, but they should disclaim, like, you shouldn't do these, like, unsupervised. Like, you shouldn't do this without, like, I didn't like that he didn't talk about that. Like, of course you didn't ask for it. Of course, but like, disclaimer, don't do this unsupervised without sound coordinators, without the licensing, with all that stuff like that. Like,
that's a really good point. There's no responsibility.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, like, the tone of it. It's like, of course David didn't want to kill you. Of course you don't want to get hurt. But you all did something that, like, disclaimer, don't do. Like, if there's no stock coordinator, if you have training in it, like...
No insurance, no properly trained driver.
Okay, I think they're talking about the thing where Jeff Wittek got fucked up in the eye by David Dobrik, thingamajig. Whoa, look at his eye. That is fucked up. Jesus. Working my best to correct my vision. Dang, dang, dang. Oh, this is 3 hours ago. This is new. Wait, let's read about this. The reason no one spoke out about my accident is because I asked them not to. I feel stupid and I needed time to process, heal and figure it out. And when I wanted to tell my story, okay. Let's see what he says. Another one down. Working with the best to correct my vision and all that good stuff. This is probably surgery 7 out of 8. Whoa. 7 out of 8? Dang. Feels great to be able to share stuff with y'all. I don't know what I was thinking trying to hide it. Wish I would have known how supportive everyone would have been from the start. I don't know why I ever doubted the kindness and sensitivity of the internet. To everyone being respectful and sending nice comments, thank you. Yo. I hope he gets better soon, man. That shit's fucked up. Oh, wait, is this what he looks like now? So he's improved. This is what it initially looked like, and now his eye looks like nothing even happened, man. Hope he gets better. Holy shit. Damn. What is a beta channel? It's my second channel. Alright. This is a Bowblax show. I didn't know what to call it. I was just gonna stream and watch Frenemies, but then I'm like, there's some drama I want to talk about, so fuck it, dude. I'm not gonna make a video on it, so fuck it, dude. Next thing I want to talk about. And we'll watch Frenemies while I play The Sims. I made a sim for us to play with, so you don't have to see me, you know, bumble around trying to create a sim. It's pretty funny. I'll show you later. Yeah, Goldstein and EDP got terminated. You're right. They did. So, EDP got terminated because he likes kids, and Goldstein got terminated because he was ban evading from his other channel. Now, some of you guys may be thinking, bro, only 17 people for the first episode of the Bowblax show? Damn, you're a special 17 people. Alright. Oh, 60. Whatever, you're special 60 people. So, people might be thinking, dude, the sting operation video's gone. Nope. It is still on the CC unit channel, which is the Gokunaru looking guy. And I would say this version is better. This version is like way better. Because look at the quality of this. It's like way higher quality. I mean, you don't get to see the Gokunaru looking guy, but you get to see him licking his lips in HD.
Go under a bunker and try to hide and...
So yeah, this is a better point of view in my opinion. Angle from Chet, terminated. Not there anymore. But this is still here. So we're all good on that front. In terms of like preservation. So that's good. Chet Gold, well, he was ban evading, so I don't know. He deserved it in the sense that his previous channel was gone, so it makes sense for YouTube to remove his other channels. I don't know what he got his first channel banned for, so I don't know. That's probably not worth it. Twitter versus EDP445 Part 3, probably not. I made 4 EDP videos in a row. Like, I don't... Like, even I felt like I was milking it, even though I feel like there was an independent reason for all of these to exist. I love the title of this one. Caught kid hunting! Da 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 da! Alright, next. You're gonna make a video on this or what? Probably not. Like, okay, what can I make a video on? EDP and Chet Goldstein are banned. And that's all I say. I mean, and then people on Twitter. Wow, he was banned. Wow, he was banned. Wow, he was also banned. Like, whatever. Yo, thanks for the $5, Ashley. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, next up. This is crazy. So, for those of you who... This is a League of Legends story. So, actually, let's go straight to the subreddit. Because this is where the real shit is. Alright. So League of Legends is a game that updates very frequently and it's been out for 10 plus years. And it's changed so much that the current version looks nothing like the version did 10 years ago. So fans wanted to recreate the like 2010, 2011 version of League of Legends for free, non-profit. They've been working on this for 5 years. And the League of Legends devs, they started threatening him. And it's pretty fucking crazy. Alright? So, here is the conversation that they had. And this conversation is so fucking dumb. This comes from a Riot employee, multi-billion-dollar company, to people who are working on a fan-made version of the game that they have been working on for 5 years and are not making any profit. They have not taken any donation. Trust me, I've been following this project for like 3 of the 5 years, and I wanted to donate because I wanted this, like, I actually want to play this, but they didn't accept donations. Like, I literally couldn't donate. I would have donated like 100 or more. This is like a Nintendo moment. Yeah, this is a Nintendo moment, but even cringier. All right. So this comes from a Riot employee, and this is not them. This is the precursor to them doing legal action. So this is before they do legal action. This is what they're saying. Thanks for the unblock. Zed is the Riot employee. My apologies. I assumed you were a spammer. Gotta leave work. So he has work. This isn't his main job. But this is this guy's main job. All right. So let's get right down to it. The Riot Games legal team isn't super thrilled about your project, unfortunately. Is looking for a way to come to a mutual, acceptable end to it. The courts always have an option, but it's long and messy, and we thought we'd do some outreach to see if we could work together to prevent everyone the trouble. So I'm here as a representative. He's a representative of Riot Games. He's a representative of the multi-billion-dollar company. He's a representative of that company's effort. We have a few things we'd like you to provide us, and then we can walk all the way through with no hard feelings. Okay, let me set it up. Blah blah blah. I admire the effort to cleanse the channels. These are like Discord channels. But I'll be real with you. It's making me think you don't have a ton of interest in cooperating. At the end of the... So this is an assumption. At the end of the day, that's fine. But I'd urge you to give us some credit. We have archived all your messages long before you nuked the channel. Okay, Discord Spurg vibes. We've archived the entire Discord server. right? You can delete the private channels too, mod chat, whatever. But I'd prefer you didn't, since it won't do any good for you anyways. Now here's the cringy part, alright? You've obviously put a lot of work into Chronoshift, which is the name of the project, and it's based off one of the abilities from a character in the game. But I can assure you that the Chrono Break is coming. Chrono Break being another ability from a League of Legends character. Wow, super sly. This is like a little threat. You put a lot of work into Chronoshift, but the Chrono Break is coming. Okay, buddy. I appreciate the effort, but you can dispense with the scare tactics. I understood, and I appreciate you taking the time to speak with me. But let's not try to work around each other. If it were scare tactics, Riot if it was scare tactics Riot wanted, you wouldn't be speaking to me. I'm sure lawyers are much more direct, though. I'm here as the not lawyer. If it's directness you prefer, here's what I'm after. Hand over... Okay, they've been working on this for free, in their spare time, non-profit, for 5 years, alright? And I want to give a little bit of history before I read this. So League of Legends is a game that was, that started off as a mod of Blizzard's game, World of Warcraft 3. Or not World of Warcraft 3, Warcraft 3. It was a mod of Warcraft 3 called Defense of the Ancients. And the developers of Defense of the Ancients, which was a free mod of Warcraft 3, ended up making their own company, Riot Games, from the ground up, and became multi-billionaires from the ground up with their free non-profit alteration of another company's game. Now the same company is going after someone who's making a non-profit free alteration of their game and threatening them. And this is what they're asking from them. 5 years of work, non-profit. Hand over the chronoshift.dev website to us. Hand over all the source code. Tell us all the identifiable information you shared with this person and what identifiable information he has shared with you. Not necessary but required. I'd be curious to know how you and blank broke down the workload. What? I mean, for the fans, I guess this kind of seems good because it means like they're wanting to take the work and make their own old version of League, which is what a lot of people are wanting, which is why these guys are making it for free over the last 5 years. But they could just hire these guys. Why don't they just hire these guys? They could take the work and hire these guys. I'm sure these guys would rather work on their Chronoshift thing than their like deadbeat jobs. Or whatever jobs I don't know what jobs they have. Maybe I just imagine they have a job at McDonald's or whatever. They might have something more important. I don't know. Don't mean to insult them. But it's crazy. This is crazy. Give me a moment to confer. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not as good. I'm not as good as like. I'm not as good at like emphasizing the craziness of something than like someone like Nick is. If Nick was in here, he'd be like, "What the fuck?" and saying all these crazy things. But I'm a little bit more monotone. I'm talking about. We're kind of knee deep into this, or neck deep into this, but I'm talking about a fan project that Riot Games is trying to shut down, and these are the messages that Riot Games sent to the developer threatening them. What the fuck was that noise? Gross. Oh, it was me drinking. Sorry. I didn't know what that sounded in the mic. I wasn't thinking. My bad. I'm not puking. I don't know why that... Alright. My bad. I'll be more cautious about how I drink my drink. Maybe in a way that doesn't make that. It's a human noise. It's a gulp. I did not puke. Alright. Sure, for what it's worth, it is my understanding that there really isn't anything to the legal strategy you're referring to in the informational channel. which I guess to avoid illegal, stuff against the project, they're not accepting donations or whatever. With respect, sir, I would appreciate if you turned off the scare script kitties script on me. I'm willing to cooperate, but I find this sort of attempted browbeating annoying. Let's get down to brass tacks. No browbeating needed. I'd appreciate if you lay down. This is a very respectable message, very understandable message. If you would lay down the legal claims that you plan to bring forward against me and the team, so we have a chance to discuss with the legal representatives, if this doesn't go anywhere. He wants the exact, legal, thing that they're putting against him. At the moment, you've just essentially said, comply because we know your name and we are threatening with the courts. I'd appreciate to know what exactly you tend to accuse us of. And you've clearly been lurking on our channel, so you must know the great lengths we've gone to avoid distributing our materials except via the channels you already provide. So yeah, they're not like sharing the information or whatever. They're being very cautious. Very selfless, honestly. They're acting very selfless considering they're doing this for free. They're putting all this work into it. And they're trying to do it in a way that's like respectable to the company. But they're still getting threatened. That is correct. Till now, I've said, give this or we will sue. That's the offer. Give me what we're looking for and we won't sue. Refuse and we will. I'm not interested in dragging this out. If you feel like you'd like to speak to legal representative, you are certainly capable of doing so. Sorry, I'm not as good at reading live. Obviously, there's a lot of edits in Twitterverses. Fan game was 5 years in the making. Yeah, it's crazy. This is so funny. This is some like Josh Pescator type shit. I'm on the security team. I find people and things. This is like some Anonymous Gene type shit. I don't practice law and have little to do with anything. I have little to nothing to do with the legal proceedings Riot is involved in. We have come to an agreement to end this today. And if you can hand both this off to the council. To be honest, I don't care either way. He's Riot's little ninja. Here's my counteroffer. I cut ties with the project. I tell blank to shut it down immediately. I can't compel him to do anything. That's on you. I don't control the website. I don't want to rat other people out. If you want to know, he says, I wish I if you want to know they are already, you can threaten them too. Otherwise, feel free to serve me. Then he says, I wish I could say it was a pleasure. He's mad. He's mad at this. Okay, he's saying, I will shut down my 5 years of work for you, but I won't give over, like, all the shit I worked on. And he's like, I wish I could say it's been a pleasure. He wants to steal the work that these guys did for free. He just wants to steal it, bro. He's a bully. Riot Games is a bully. Multi-billion-dollar company. By the way, and here's the crazy thing about this, alright? So, Riot could have done this themselves, right? Because people asked, will you make a classic mode for League of Legends? Because this is what they're making. They're making an old version of League of Legends. And this is what Riot said about it 4 years ago, and this is what helped launch the project. They're like, if you won't do it, we'll do it. Alright? Wait, where is it? Classic mode. Would you ever this 4 years ago, and this is just like a general question, would you ever create a patch mode or a game mode for an old League of Legends patch like Season 2 or Old Summoner's Rift where champions are the same way they were then? We looked at doing this recently for a series of internal playtests because we wanted to experience firsthand whether things like pacing, counterplay would feel very different a few years ago. Unfortunately, we weren't able to easily get older builds running because of the game's content and code has changed, which is why the fans put in all the legwork to make it work. We can't just pull old data and expect the game to run and play nice. We almost certainly make it work with a bunch of smart engineers making it happen, but those engineers would not be working on other features that may be more valuable to you guys in the long run. Likewise, we could have designers create versions of existing champs that tried to mimic the old data. That would be a mountain of work. And it might only be fun for a few games or so. In other words, the opportunity cost is probably expensive. So philosophically, we aren't opposed to playing an old version of League, and it might be fun for a short period of time. But it's not worth the development efforts. Okay, it's not worth it. So these fans start creating it. And then they're like, let's take it down. It's just fucking bullshit, man. I was so excited to play an older version of League 2, and these guys are just bullying the fuck out of these guys. Chronoshift, the chrono break is coming. So fucking cringe, dude. It's at the top of the Reddit right now. Now people are making memes about it. This looks like a parody. Sounds like roleplay. As my victim walked away, mortally wounded them from 10 feet long, poisoned katana that is sharp enough to cut through the strongest of metals. Just by being said of it, I smirk. This fool thought he could stand a chance against me. My perfect technique. 1,000 lawsuit threats strike. I shields my katana. He attempts to make a witty retort as he flees, but that is my specialty. I smirk. I wish I could say it's been a pleasure. He's such a clown, dude. Really professional. Definitely not 13-year-olds inside. Is crazy, man. Like, at least with Nintendo, they're just like, okay, cease and desist, right? And it's shitty. But these guys are like, we got you. You better stop this tomfoolery right now. The Riot security agent. Sounds like a cringe 12-year-old pretending to be adult to having conversations. How is this professional by any standards? I'd expect the amount of serious when talking about stuff. It literally seems like a troll, but it's real. Fucking crazy. So fucking insane. Anyways, I know you guys don't play League of Legends, but for me this is really upsetting. Because Chronoshift is something I've been following for 3 years, and I've been wanting to play it because my favorite character, for you guys who don't know, my icon, yeah, my icon on Discord is this guy, right? And this is the old version of Urgot. This is the old version of a character I was playing that is gone now. His gameplay completely changed. He's been replaced by this guy. And this guy's fun, but this guy, in my opinion, was more fun. I haven't been able to play him for so long, and that project would have allowed me to play it. Old new. And now I can't. So, it fucking sucks. I was hyped, dude. I was hyped. Anyway, that's about it. Who wants to watch Frenemies? Who wants to watch the new Frenemies podcast? Nicholas Diorio gets it early because of his membership. And he said that it's crazy, dude. He said it's crazy. No one. No one. It's bad. How come you don't promote your live stream? I do. It's at the top of every description. I just don't want to say it at the end of every video because I feel like it's obnoxious. Like, if you've noticed, I stopped promoting my Twitter at the top because it's just like, okay, if a new viewer comes around, I'm asking them to what? Subscribe, comment, like, follow my live streaming channel, follow my Twitter, follow my Instagram, follow, you know? It's just crazy. And then thank my channel members, you know? So I just reduced it to only subscribe, and thank my channel members, and then sometimes I also say like, and then sometimes I don't even say subscribe. It's just like crazy. I don't even know who's on that. It's Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas. Let's look at Twitter. What's going on Twitter? Tommy C. This tweet. I'm swimming in pussy. Yeah. The hashtag Nintendo Switch is what makes it, man. What did Tipster delete? Oh, Tipster is not on Twitter anymore. What post did Tipster delete? A community tab? What else is going on Twitter? I guess I could have made the Riot Games thing into a video. I could have read it off, but I don't know. I might make that into like a short, like, little Twitter video. I am kind of passionate about it. Breaking news. Ethan calls James a predator again. Yo. Alright. So, this is my desktop. Alright. So, last time my desktop was showing in 1080p and you guys, oh, it's all fucking messy or whatever. It's still messy, but this is what it actually looks like, alright? I usually go through everything through my file explorer. The only things I really use is on the side here. Why is it so unorganized? Because I don't really care. But yeah, I could play The Sims and we can watch Frenemies. Does that sound fun to you? What do you guys want me to do on the Bowblax show? I've ran out of steam, dude. How does Augie do this, dude? I've already been streaming for half an hour and I'm already running out of steam. I don't know how Augie does it, man. H3 always calls James a pret. Let me put this on screen so you guys feel included. Don't even have a background. Cringe. Yeah, I don't use my desktop as a desktop, really. Everything is, like, pretty much in my folders. I don't want to bring up my file explorer because I feel like there might be something, like, sensitive. But I organize everything, like, through my other hard drives. I'm on screen. Dude, you're on screen. Ethan or Keemstar, they're both kind of cringe in their own ways. I'd say, they are so similar, but they have, like, stark differences as well. Hi, yo, this is what clout feels like. Yeah, dude. Wittek. Trash can. Alright. Here are games I can play. I can play Sonic. I can play Sims. And that's it. You made it on a Bowblax stream, hell yeah. There's no... We could... there's nothing, Sonic, Sims, Sonic. Damn. Sims. Yeah. Is there any other podcast you want me to watch other than, like, Frenemies? Is there, like, something cool that came out? There's no new Half-Baked, man. Alright. Sonic. Fortnite. When Augie is offline, true. Let's play some Sims, and if you guys and listen to Frenemies, and if you guys get bored, we'll switch it up, I guess. Alright. Let's do this. Dude, there's Ethan. I already set it up, guys. Oh. My computer gets all fucky when I try to open this, and it gets loud. I'm gonna turn it off for a second, the volume, because this shit gets loud. Wait, turn on. I hate fucking technology. There we go. Now it's normal. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh. What the fuck? It crashed! I'm triggered. I am triggered. I am triggered. Sims is so fucky, bro. Because this game came out like a million years ago. Running old PC games is like actually AIDS in my ass. Fucking EA, dude. Oh, it keeps moving my fucking thing. I had Ethan perfectly aligned. Now it's all fucky.
Host queen of big giant hair.
You like the giant hair today?
Is that okay?
It
Can
makes
I
it look
examine?
What?
I just want to see what's going on here.
Yeah.
Fun
Oh
with
my
pets,
goodness.
Shane Dawson
it's
game?
very tight.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that's what she said. He said?
Is this a now? Tell me what's going on here, because
Here we go.
It was a Pamela Anderson inspired look today. So she had this really big hair, and I just really liked it. I thought it made me look skinnier too. I feel a little fat. I thought it made me extra.
Dude,
skinny.
your hair is huge.
You do not look skinnier.
Oh my
That's
God.
the biggest hair I've ever seen.
Is that Pamela Anderson? Oh my God. Who
I
is
don't
that?
know. It's just big ass.
You
hair.
already can't dude, I can't take this either, dude. And it's gonna be so hard to pause. Because it's actually like really hard to like go in and out of this game. Because it's like so fucking glitchy, bro. Like my mouse isn't even showing up. Alright. Maybe we'll just, you know what? Do you guys even want to watch this shitty podcast? Do you guys even want to watch this shit? This shit's giving me AIDS, bro. I'm already getting Down syndrome. Start at 36. Okay. Let's start at 36. You know what? We'll watch this and then we'll play The Sims, alright? We'll watch this independently. I don't know if I can watch this in the background. I'm gonna get too much Down syndrome. Let's watch this. Oh, what the fuck? Let's just watch this normally for a bit, alright? Oh, everything's fucky. Everything's fucky.
Came out, and he actually has a history of being a rape apologist, which I'll show you guys. It's kind of wild.
Just cover this real quick on Drama Alert without getting some pushback. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe I
Dude, I wish you would have watched this on Twitter. You can tell it's not Twitter Versus because there's no blue background.
I'm not seeing a certain angle to the story. That's why I'm making this Twitter video, so I can be challenged before I put it on Drama Alert in front of millions of people. But this girl is claiming that Jake Paul, was kissing her, holding her hand, led her to her room. She didn't want to do any further stuff with him. And then Jake Paul, grabbed her head and started fucking her face. And within 30 seconds...
This Twitter video is
busted a nut
dumb,
in her
by the way.
mouth.
I don't like this one.
And she claims that she was sexually assaulted. Now, how does that happen? What? Wouldn't she have to open her mouth and participate in some way for that to happen? Can't you just turn your head, or can't you just get is there some way to force oral sex on someone? I mean, she's not saying that he had a weapon and was like, you better do this. She is saying that he grabbed her head and started fucking her face and came in her mouth.
Yeah, this clip from Keem is dumb because, let's say you're in that situation, right? You have a stronger male and you're a weaker female, just physically. And he shoves the cock in your mouth. What can you do? You turn your head? Also, it's shocking, and it only lasted 20 seconds, apparently. If you bit down, you'd be dead. He'd literally kill you. I don't know.
I don't understand the physics here. I don't understand how that's possible. Why? Can't you get away? Is there really no way to get away? Is there really no way to just close your mouth, and just not let the penis enter your mouth? I'm sorry, but I just don't believe this story at all. Am I missing something here? Please.
I mean, that's kind of like the equivalent of saying, you can't get raped because you could just close your legs and block off your vag, I mean, if it's forced, it's forced. You can force something in, I don't know.
Please.
Yeah, he's missing a lot. She actually had a really great response to him. She said, this is akin to someone saying, oh, just close your legs if you're being,
Oh my God.
essayed.
Challenge me, please.
He is
Challenge me.
so... I mean, yeah, this is a rape apology right here, 101.
This reminds me of those, what do they call them?
I don't know if it's rape apologist. I feel like it's more I don't think Keem is trying to be a rape apologist here. I just think he genuinely is asking the question. Like, when he said he was genuinely asking that question, I believe him. Now, there's answers to why, you know, there's answers, and those are and that's the answers I just gave. I think, yeah, Keem's just like, he just doesn't understand, right? He's trying to learn. That's what I think. I don't think he's being intentionally ignorant here. I think he just doesn't know.
Like, was it incels? Like the Elliot kid that shot the school up? Like,
Right.
that's
Roger
the vibe
Elliot.
I get from him. It's
For
just
sure.
like, definitely not getting fucked by whoever. Like, definitely is. He had a YouTube channel taken away once. Like, you know, John Miller's like not even his channel. Like, someone else.
He got
did it.
banned like 5 times.
So how is he still allowed?
That's a
like,
great
even
question.
on Twitter, you know, but other platforms will punish you for things on Twitter. Like, if you dox someone on Twitter, like YouTube, like not YouTube necessarily, but like Patreon will like take away. Like, how is he on any platforms with this?
I agree. I mean, I fully agree. I think his presence is a danger to everybody, and the platform, you know. But
I will have to disagree with that. I don't think Keem's presence is a danger to everybody. Now, is Keem an angel? Fuck no. But I don't think he's like a danger, right? Someone who I would think is a danger that needs to be removed immediately, someone like EDP445 who's using his power to do illegal things. Now, obviously, Keem has done some undeniably questionable and criticizable things on the platform, as you know, Ethan has as well, and a couple other creators. Not every creator is as problematic as some of these guys, but mainly because they're probably not drama creators. So yeah, I don't think he's a danger to the platform, but I mean, or I don't think he needs to be removed. He's not like dangerous enough to need to be removed. Gamer Knight sent $2 super chat. He says, breaking news, Ethan calls James a predator again, bro.
like him coming out here and saying that you can't get essayed orally, that she should just turn her head away, it's like so dangerously ignorant. And it makes me think, when I see someone like this, it just makes me think like, oh, he's talking about himself.
For sure, yeah.
And his friends. Like he's got all these fucking like frat boy friends, and it's like, oh yeah, that attitude's like, oh, this shit happens all the time. So none of us are essayists. It's like, well,
This is what I get.
Well, I do think Keem in that instance, obviously it's speculation, but I think he probably is talking about himself, like he's thinking about himself in the scenario. And obviously, like, if Keem was getting, like, orally raped or whatever, he could move his head or, like, do something physically to, like, get out of that situation. But, you know, when you're a female, I'm not saying, like, a male or a female is necessarily better, but there is that, like, physical disparity, right? Like, I hate to use the word power dynamic, but, like, physically there would be, like, a power dynamic to where a female couldn't, like, necessarily retaliate physically in the same way that a guy could. And I think maybe Keem is thinking it in the perspective of, like, if he was orally raped as a guy, you know. So, but I don't necessarily think Keem has, like, frat friends who, like, rape all the time or whatever. I don't think that's the case.
Me in trouble, but I feel like, because I know people are like, you shouldn't bring his kids into it, but like, honestly, this person shouldn't have a daughter. Like, this really makes me like scared that this is like the mentality that someone thinks like this can't happen at all. So like, if his daughter ever said something like this, he'd have that same excuse. It's like so scary that I don't know how these people can even be like parents, have like a child. And like, you know, I don't know, I know I get hate for it because you're like, shouldn't talk about kids, but like, that's so gross that this is the father of a girl. Because you know why? I know.
Yeah, I think if something like this happened to someone Keem is like, you know, close to or related to or whatever, I think his perspective would change. Like, usually first-hand experience changes perspective on certain things, for sure. So I don't think Keem would make the same excuse if, like, or not the same excuse, but I don't think Keem would be asking the same questions if it happened to somebody close to him.
So many girls like I had like essays and all that crazy shit that happened to them as kids, and it's like the same mentality that their dad had. It was like, well, you showed your boobs, so like you should be like asking for it if you got like groped by a teacher or something. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's just so.
But
so
obviously
gross.
that's speculation.
No, yeah, it is sad that he has a
We
daughter.
can't speculate on something that doesn't happen. I mean, maybe these guys are right, maybe I'm right. I don't know. We're like just kind of predicting based on Keem's behavior, right? Of a scenario that hasn't even existed yet.
Because like.
Or
She's not going
might
to get
never
the
exist.
fucking.
Probably won't ever
She's not
exist,
going to get a
you know?
good, healthy male role model.
It's
That's for
so
sure.
gross. Like, it's so embarrassing. And then if this is a troll, it's such a disgusting troll. Like he's just trying to get attention. I think maybe he's trying to get attention to drama or I don't know, whatever it is. It's actually like
he has a history of saying he really truly believes this. But I'll say, he says like
exactly. I agree.
Oh, Jake,
Ethan, it's like he's actually genuinely asking a question because he doesn't know.
It's not like he held a weapon to her head. It's like, dude, you're talking about a girl that probably weighs close to 100.
He did improve his views on mental health after Apollo. Did he? I hope so. I haven't seen anything that like indicates that explicitly, but I hope so. I don't know, like when it comes to Keem, I don't know if he can he's very stubborn. And obviously he thinks he's right in most case scenarios, and in a lot of case scenarios he is right. And when he goes against like the major public opinion, but sometimes everybody can learn. Even if you're like 80 years old, everybody can learn from somebody else. There's always something more to learn in the world. And I feel like Keem, I don't know if Keem is capable of like taking someone else's opinion and changing his own based on that. I feel like he's very gung-ho about his own opinion, and it's pretty much impossible to change his mind. So I honestly don't know if he can learn. Like, I feel like he has a certain, view of mental health as he has a certain view of everything in the world. And I'm unsure if he can actually, change it or evolve it at this point in life. Because I know once you become, like, older, I'm not trying to be age-phobic or whatever, but I know, like, psychologically, once you become older, like, within your 40s or whatever, you start becoming less receptive to learning things. Probably just because you've lived for so long and you already have so much experience. You're just like, nobody younger than me can like teach me about anything. I just have my own opinion, which is kind of a good thing because it gives you confidence. But then also, you can't really like learn. Like it's like the term, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So I don't know, but I'm not going to speculate on Keem's psychology here. It's not fair.
100 pounds, and Jake Paul, who's been training for a boxing match, he's like 6'1", probably weighs like over 200 pounds. He is a weapon. He's the weapon.
She also said in the video, she said multiple times, she said no. So even if you do it just to get
and that would apply to Ethan as well, because Ethan's older. Like, I think Ethan's the same way. Like, I think he has... this is why I think Ethan and Keem are similar in some ways, and why, like, you see people comparing the two, is because they're both stubborn in the same ways, I feel. Although at least Ethan, like, tries to, like, make the illusion that he's learning, or at least he like, he said he's learned from like his racist thoughts and stuff like that. He used to say N-word, F-word, and now he doesn't. He made that joke in 2019 that he now disavows. So seems like he is trying to learn, but also I think he's just as stubborn as Keem in a lot of ways.
Over with.
Maybe because of his age. I don't know if it's about personality or age. Could be both.
I've done many times. It doesn't mean that you consented to it or wanted it. It still makes you feel less of a person.
She says in the video, it was all so shocking. It happened so fast.
Of course.
You didn't even realize what happened until it was over. That's what traumatic, shocking situations are like every time. Your unwillingness to actually even empathize with her a little bit. And then they come out and call her a liar just straight out the gate. Be like, I don't believe her. I mean, this is the same guys who go, oh, we should believe all women. We should believe all women. But this bitch is a liar because she should like, whoa, dude. And, a lot of people... for some God-knowing reason.
You just streaming this on my main? Well, I don't know. I don't like streaming on my main. I feel like there would be a lot of pressure, and I kind of just want to like chill and run. I don't want to like have like a lot of pressure on me. But if you guys want to like share out the stream and say, yo, epic Bowblax stream right now, that'd be pretty cool. I could have put this in my community tab. Yeah, main chat channel is yeah, they'd just be spamming Among Us, Among Us, Among Us. Also, if I stream on my main, yeah, it's harder to talk with chat because everyone's streaming Among Us, Among Us, Among Us, or saying Among Us, and trolling, which is fine. It's a vibe, but it's not as good for talking. But yeah, I mean, if you want to like share the stream, I'd appreciate it. Get more word out. I might be doing more Bowblax shows in the future. And yeah, I probably should have said this. I probably should have tweeted this out on my community tab, but whatever. It's on my Twitter.
Reason actually look up Keemstar.
Who?
Dude, I don't know.
Incels, people who shoot up schools and stuff.
I don't know, dude.
No, that's it. Like, I don't understand. Like, even Jake Paul's response was like a little more like
if you guys don't know anything about Etika, you should look into that because that's one of the most tragic things that's happened on YouTube history. Keemstar, this guy was having a manic breakdown.
What? Oh my god. Dude. The thing that pisses me off about this, and it's not defending Keem. Well, it is defending Keem by proxy, but like, this isn't about directly defending Keem, but it's more about defending Etika. Etika in his final video, and unfortunately it's been scrubbed from YouTube because YouTube doesn't want it up, but for those of you who don't know, Etika, before he jumped, he made a video, like a phone video that he uploaded, and he said that Keemstar was a positive force in his life. And according to Etika, Keem didn't do anything wrong. So if you want to respect the word of Etika, and if you want to respect Etika, you have to defend Keemstar. And honestly, and I don't think Keemstar did anything like intentionally. Like, Keemstar doesn't want people to die. You know? That's just fucked up. Nobody wants that. As fucked up as, like, as much as you dislike him, as much as I'm like mad at Keemstar at certain times, that is like just so fucked up to say. Like that, like someone has to be like super fucked up for someone to want to die. That's like murderer type shit, you know? That's like murderer type thoughts. That's not right. This is fucked up, what he's about to say.
Do you know about Etika?
We talked about it once, and I know we like cut it.
He was like a really sweet gamer kid, growing YouTuber. And he was having like a bunch of manic episodes. He was clearly bipolar. And Keemstar would bring him on his show all the time and parade him around.
It wasn't clear. Okay, so during the time, now I thought it was clear, and I made a whole video about how it was clear. But the general public, it was like 50-50 or like 70-30 on whether he was faking it or not. Because Etika was known for doing like these stunts. Like, he did one with, like, the Joy-Cons when they came out or whatever. He's known for, like, pretending to be crazy and stuff like that. Ethan really doesn't know anything about Etika. He only found out after the fact, so he's, like, literally putting in his own lore of the situation. Now, I genuinely think Ethan believes this, but it's just, like, it's just wrong, man.
In the midst of a manic state. One time, actually, he tweeted out the location of his mental hospital. And then when he got out of the mental hospital, he brought him on his show in the midst of a mental breakdown. And he said, okay, so Keemstar says to him, he says, if you think that life is all a simulation, why don't you just jump off a bridge? Right? Mm-hmm. Now, of course, Keemstar wasn't saying, go jump off a bridge. Mm-hmm. But a few months after that, Etika jumped off a bridge and committed suicide. And I'm just saying, you look at his interaction with this dude Etika and his history of using and abusing people with mental illnesses, and you should see the tweets he's made about how he's literally tweeted mental illnesses are made up for people to get attention. Like, he doesn't believe mental illnesses are real. Ironically, being that he's probably got the most severe one of any of the people that I actually know on YouTube.
Yeah, there's something really wrong with him.
I mean, I agree in the sense that, like, I generally don't agree with this, but there's like, Keem is uneducated when it comes to mental health, but he's still. I feel like he's willing to learn. I don't think he's intentionally trying to exploit the mentally ill. I don't think Keem is intentionally trying to exploit the mentally ill. I don't really think he was with Etika either. But obviously, like, fucking hell.
I don't know.
No, the guy is a total sick dude. Serious. So here's Keemstar on Drama Alert. Casting as much doubt as possible on our story. So this is like his main platform that he's broadcasting.
I don't even know why you brought up the Etika shit, man. Holy shit.
It's a million plus.
Just let him rest, man. I hate that I hate that whenever he's brought up, it's not like, oh, you remember Etika's like reactions to Smash Bros? Those were so fun. Do you remember Etika's like awesome content? It's never, man, I miss Etika's awesome content, you know? It's never that. It's always, remember how Keemstar killed Etika? Shut up, man. Just talk about like how, can we like, man, that's not what he should be known for, dude. That's not what Etika should be known for, man. Etika was so much more than that. Holy fuck.
people.
Allegations have come out against Jake Paul. This YouTuber and TikToker put out a story basically saying that in 2019, Jake Paul SA'd her. But before we get to that, you know, these allegations allegedly happened in 2019. Why are they coming out a week before Jake Paul is about to...
Before we get to that, let me cast as much doubt as possible and basically call her a liar as close as I possibly can.
I hate him. I think he's the worst because he like eggs on situations that he's not even involved with, right? We talk about James, talk about David, and like they are directly involved. He's not directly involved in anything. He just like eggs people on. Like,
this is actually something I agree with. All right. Keem inserts himself in a lot of dramas he doesn't need to, but I mean he does it for fun. That's kind of like his presence online. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I mean it is something he does.
Right.
which is to instigate so negatively and like this like again this like 2021 where people are so like, you know, on edge and stuff like that. It's like dangerous.
He was defending David too before the article came out. He was like, David's innocent, David and all these people are innocent, nothing happened.
Well, he was saying he was saying David's innocent of the Seth thing, which I think Keemstar still has that same opinion. But then when the new story came out, a completely separate story about David Dobrik, that's when he agreed with it. So there's two separate stories about David Dobrik, and Keemstar is on David's side for one and not on David's side for the other, whereas Ethan's like against David for both. So it isn't like, oh, an article came out and changed it. It is a separate story about David.
Happened, nothing went wrong. What did he tweet? He tweeted something like, oh, and he showed a message of him messaging David. He's like, don't let Ethan and Trisha win. I was like, I'm sorry. This isn't about winning or losing.
Yeah.
He's such
a nasty instigator. Like, just so, like, ugh, it's just so gross. And people who watch this, like you said, the people who are, like, the little incel school shooters watching him will be like, yo, this is cool. Like, this is what we talk about. You know, that's why people, like, grow up like this, like Keemstar is, because they watch this shit.
Yeah,
It should even be allowed on YouTube. Like, I will never say that about any channel except for this. Like, you know,
really? There's a lot of channels that are, you know, deserve deplatforming than Keemstar. Like, for example, EDP445. He just got removed from YouTube. I 100% agree with it. I mean, I don't agree with J Station being removed from YouTube, but I think he deserves it more than Keem, you know, if we were to compare.
You know what I mean? I don't think any other channel should be banned off YouTube except for literally Keemstar. Like,
well, Keemstar, after you falsely accuse someone of being, so there's this guy, RS Glory and Gold. He's a 6-year-old streamer minding his own business. Keemstar puts out a story saying that he's a convicted pedophile based on a photo. He saw a photo in a newspaper, a Rolls-Royce photo, and it looked like this streamer. So there's
after Keemstar just fucking like went aggro on me for like no reason, and some of you guys don't know, but if you looked on Twitter, Keemstar went aggro on me for no reason, like, or not no reason, but like very little reason, and blocked me and went like fucking chimp on me. So I hate, and I'm trying to be like as objective as possible because, like, you know, I'm annoyed at Keemstar right now, so I'm not trying to defend him, but with this scenario, I have to defend him wholeheartedly, and I've been defending him since 2016 with R Score and Gold because he made the mistake, right? And it was, you know, Dudu's team member or whatever, but it's still his responsibility. He made the mistake 100%, but he owned up to it within 2 hours, and he offered the guy $20K and offered him to go to a RuneScape convention and to pay for him to go to a RuneScape convention, all that. And obviously that doesn't, like, vindicate, you know, what happened fully, but he did everything he fucking could. Like, once someone makes a mistake, like, how much are you going to harp on someone for making a mistake when they correct it within 2 hours, you know? That's like people harping on me for, like, the high, you know, out-of-the-blue copyright strike that I fixed in 10 minutes, you know? I criticize people for that. I'm like, dude, I fixed it in, like, within 10 minutes, bro. Like, and it's the same principle here, man.
This random 6-year-old streamer playing RuneScape, and he puts out a drama alert saying this guy's a convicted pedo, and everybody floods the stream telling him to kill himself and all this shit, and the guy was completely innocent. So after doing that, after the etiquette thing, after being a rape apologist, I agree. I think Keemstar should be deplatformed.
He's like the lowest. Yeah,
he really is the
3 incidents, which I can defend all of them to an extent. The last one, the like rape apologist one, I don't think he's a rape apologist, but I mean, I disagree with his takes on on Justine Paradise, but it's just a minor disagreement. Like, I don't just because I disagree with someone doesn't mean I think they should be deplatformed. It's just, okay, those are 3 things over the course of 5 years. Do we want to list off everything Ethan's done? Like, do we want to list off everything Ethan's done and also say he should be deplatformed? Like, if you want Keem to be deplatformed, Ethan has done similar things. I mean, fucking hell. Like, Ethan, what's his name? I forgot what his name was. But he called someone, I have a clip of it somewhere. I'll look if I can find it on my, in my folder. One sec. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know exactly where it's stored. But he called someone Lil Blackzilla pedo. Like, he basically called someone a pedo who wasn't a pedo. This was like in 2017. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my god. This is gonna take a bit, guys. This shit gets me so pissed off. I didn't know this episode would be so nuclear. And Keem is so annoying too. I hate playing defense for him, but I have to here. I just have to. What he's saying is not right. Oh my god. Like, I just like Keem for shit too. Like, I'm not like a Keemstar stan or anything like that. Fucking hell, man. It's so annoying. Alright. Okay, here it is.
Rolling.
Because I was like, they're like these huge black dudes, and they're all strapped. They were all black. There was like 10. I'm just saying, they were, every single one of them was black.
Okay. I don't even pay attention to color or anything.
If there's 8 dudes on security and they're all black, I think that's worth noting.
I just noticed their suit. They're all
This is not what I'm specifically referring to. We'll get to later in the clip, but I'll just play
all
this
wearing
anyway.
suits.
They were all wearing suits, yeah. No, they were super
That
professional.
was nice.
And, I mean, they were all like 6'5", black dudes. Yeah, that's terrifying. Is a 6'5" black dude scare you more than a 6'5" white dude?
No. Is it supposed to?
I was almost trying to admit how I racially profile, like how I feel like people do that. Obviously, that came off bad. I mean, yeah, it's bad. But I think I was just trying to own to the fact that I do racially profile.
So you admit you were racist in 2019. By the way, I forgive him for this, but I'm just showing like hypocrisy. I forgive both of Keem and Ethan for like the stuff they're talking about, but okay, this is what I'm talking about with Ethan. If Ethan was criticizing Ethan would want himself deplatformed by his own logic. Watch this.
He's holding what looks like a phallic object, a little 8-year-old girl, and a big, giant black man looking in on her, man. It's like Blackzilla. This guy's got a weird fantasy, dude. Blackzilla rapes the little 8-year-old white girl with blonde hair. He likes it. He likes them white and blonde.
Nigger faggot whore.
Alright. So he's saying, right here, this is an innocent person, by the way, not a pedophile. Patrice Wilson, who he's talking about right here, not a pedophile. This is what he says about not a pedophile.
Man. Looking in on her, man. It's like Blackzilla.
Blackzilla.
This guy's got a weird fantasy, dude. Blackzilla rapes the little 8-year-old white.
Blackzilla rapes the little 18-year-old white girl. That's what he says. And Patrice Wilson got so much shit for that. And guess what? Ethan corrected his old man stuff with RS Glory and Gold within 2 hours. When do you guys think Ethan apologized for calling Patrice Wilson someone who rapes little 8-year-old girls? Take a guess. When did Ethan apologize for it? Keemstar did it within 2 hours. When did Ethan apologize for it? The answer is never. He never did. He never did. It's been 5 years. It's been half a decade. Over half a decade, and he hasn't done it. Over half a decade. We're still waiting.
I think so too.
Especially the making of the pedophile thing, like people could go kill that person. Like it's not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They could to Patrice Wilson. Let's apply what everything these guys are saying right now to Patrice Wilson. He said about Patrice Wilson. Ethan said Patrice Wilson in a video that was up for a very long time. It still might be up right now to this day. Up for half a decade, millions of views. Patrice Wilson rapes little 8-year-old white girls. That's what he said.
Just him killing himself, but people will like try and kill him. And,
Oh my God. It's horrific.
It is horrific.
He just will openly lie about shit. Like he's lied about me saying that like I stole hundreds of thousands of dollars, and he refused, and he will not remove the video even after I've shown that like, dude, that's just you're fucking straight up lying about it.
What do you do when someone literally just makes up lies out of complete thin air? Like, what do you do?
Well, you can sue them for slander, but I don't want to go down that path. That's my only.
It's also like just so hard because it show like money loss and like all that stuff like that.
God, I don't even know. I'm just not up for it. I mean, I made a bunch of videos about the whole situation, and I'm fine with the way it shook out.
Oof.
But yeah, I mean,
this is bad. Like it's just bad karma, especially because he's like he's our age, right, or a little old. It's like at your 30s,
yeah,
you
late
don't
30s.
need to like
late 30s
at any age. But the fact that you're still instigating such negativity, and it's like, bleh.
Strange. The alleged victim says that
By the way, it makes total sense that it will come out now because she's seeing Jake Paul everywhere, and she had a really traumatic fucking incident. And this is very common. Again, Keemstar failing to understand the most basic principle of being a victim. When you see your abuser's face all over the place and being lauded and being accepted by popular media, it's traumatic, and that's when it hurts the most.
Well, it ties in, but not really. Like I know it's two different things. So I wouldn't call him like necessarily his abuser. But in Jeff's episode last night, he said he was cool with David, and then he just started seeing his face everywhere, right? And he's like, I couldn't like look at the internet. And then he has like shows like posters of his eyes cut out, and so he's like, I couldn't like look at all these accolades of David without like having some sort of like he's like, we have to talk because you see someone. And I feel like me too, mine is definitely not severe like Jeff's or even like Seth's or anything like that. But like you see these people just keep getting rewarded, and you're like, but this person like really damaged me, right? Like you see it all the time. So of course you keep talking about it because it's so frustrating. You're just like, wow, like Woody Allen, like anyone, you know? It's just like, it's just, you see them. And of course that's going to like.
Yeah, that's like rape. Well, again, that's like rape apologist 101. It's like, why now? Oh, you're just chasing clout. Oh, this. It's like, dude.
Or they feel brave enough. Like a lot of people came up with David because they realized like, oh, okay, maybe we won't get like so much hate because now like other people have these stories and I'm going to corroborate these stories just to like make a point.
And that's another perfect reason is that this is part of a larger conversation that's playing out on YouTube. I think it's a good time. I think it's a great timing for it to come
people
out.
feel like safer that people believe victims now and they'll look into it and stuff like that, you know.
Also, like the New York Times, I talked to the New York Times author of this article, and she said they went to great lengths.
No, people are saying that Keem responded. Keem did not respond yet. Or, wait, that might have been hours ago. Oh. Here it is. This is long.
Hey guys, I tried to make a Twitter video explaining all of this, but it is impossible to do in 2 minutes. So I'm going to do this voice memo thing. You know, the tweet after this will be part 2, part 3, or however long this is. But, you know, basically Trisha Paytas and H3H3, Ethan Klein, have been on a war path to take down YouTubers. And there's always some reason behind it, right? So with the first one, I mean, Trisha had a problem with David Dobrik. She has been trying to cancel them for years, failed attempt after failed attempt. But when her and Ethan get together, they were able to find some legitimate dirt on David Dobrik. Now, the Seth kissing thing, I don't know how I feel about that. When we had proof that Seth was asking for another kissing prank, I'm sorry, but you kind of lose credibility on that. But the stuff with Dom was legit. They found some legit dirt on David, made David look bad. And they were able to cause a lot of damage to him. And I agreed with the stuff with Dom. I mean, I did a whole drama alert with it. So, they didn't have a problem with me. However, they went after the sponsors. They went after all of David's sponsors. They worked with these reporters. They worked with the Def Noodles or Defamation Noodles, who was constantly putting out, false stories on David. And, they went after the money, something that no YouTuber does. No other YouTuber goes after people's sponsors or, you know what I'm saying, right? So then James Charles, right? Now, again, with the James Charles situation, I agreed with them. I think James is guilty. He admitted to two of these scenarios, but they just didn't stop with covering the story and voicing their opinions. No, they went after they ran campaigns to go after Morphe, right? And again, they're working with real life reporters.
Fucking hell. Trisha's fucking side boob is over there.
Something that YouTubers don't really do that much, right? To go after the money, go after the sponsors, get statements from YouTube, get statements from his sponsors. And, James Charles lost Morphe and everything else. So they were on this war path, right, of just destroying YouTubers and taking them down. And again, I'm not saying that these YouTubers are innocent, right? I agreed with the aspect of David Dobrik. I agreed with the James Charles thing. I just don't agree with attacking YouTubers' money, attacking their sponsorship, or attacking YouTube for having them in the partnership program. I don't agree with that, and no other YouTuber does. So then they get to Jake Paul, and there's these allegations on Jake Paul. And, they're gearing up to take down another YouTuber. They're working with the New York Times, and they're working with Def Noodles, and they have these allegations, and they're getting ready to take down Jake Paul right before his fight. It's interesting how this came out right before the Ben Askren fight, right? And I looked at these allegations, and I had serious questions. Like, I had a lot of doubt on the validity of these allegations. And so they weren't successful at all in destroying Jake Paul and taking Jake Paul down. And I think because Keemstar had a different opinion, they weren't going to be successful. So now I'm assuming they must be thinking to themselves, well, we need to take out Keemstar. If Keemstar is still there and he has a different opinion, we're not going to be able to just dominate and control YouTube and take any YouTuber down that we please, right? Because they're coming out with a brand new episode. And I know this because, members of the H3H3 Trisha podcast or whatever, they get to watch these episodes, early. And I have a copy of this episode from a friend. And the stuff that is
that's Nick Dioria
being said about me is unfreaking believable. Now, we all know about the tragic death of Etika. And, Etika's mother came out with a statement the first time Ethan tried this, trying to accuse me of killing Etika, and said that, Keemstar is not responsible. And the family, the friends, the ex-girlfriend, the current girlfriend, all these people have come out and said, please stop using Etika's death as a pawn in this little beef between, Keemstar and Ethan. Like, he's been told this a million times. But on this new podcast, he goes on to say that Keemstar told Etika to jump off of a bridge. No, I did not. No, I did not. He purposely changed the word of cliff, which I really said, and we were talking about simulation theory. And I was like, simulation theory is dangerous because if you really believe that that's true, like, why not just jump off a cliff, right? So
that's
in his
exactly what he
explanation,
said.
he changes the word cliff to bridge and then goes on to say, and a couple months later, Etika jumped off a bridge. Now, that was deliberate. And he said that, Keemstar has horrible takes on mental health, and which is true. That is true. I have had horrible takes on mental health, and
I'm so surprised he admitted that, and I am so happy that he admitted that because it shows self-awareness and willingness to improve. I'm glad he said that.
past, which I've publicly come out and saying that I was wrong and that I didn't understand
I know
this,
he said that in the
and that
past,
I will
but
try
I'm
to
just glad he
grow as
said
a
this
person
again.
and try to understand this mental health stuff more, which I have done since. So, and then he says that, Keemstar, all he does is use and abuse people with mental health. Now, 17 minutes later, in this same podcast where Ethan says this, he's talking about doing an award show, with Trisha Paytas, and he says, what if we gave out an award for the biggest mental breakdown? And like, what if we awarded it to Gabby Hanna? Like, you can't make this up. He just, 17 minutes earlier,
Holy
he just
shit.
said that I use and take advantage of people with mental illness. And now he wants to give awards for the biggest break. You can't make this stuff up. They also went on to say that I should be deplatformed on every single platform. They went on to say that I don't deserve to have a daughter. I shouldn't have a daughter. My daughter should be taken away from me. I mean, this stuff
Holy
is
shit.
wild.
I don't know if they exactly said. Maybe I didn't get to the point. I don't know if they. To be fair, I don't think they said he shouldn't have a daughter, but they did say stuff along the lines of that. So
I guess the reason why I'm putting this out is just so my viewers and my fans have a little bit of context, but also just so I mean that's it, right? Like I want you guys to truly understand what the motive is to attacking Keemstar now. Like it really boils down to, we were supposed to take Jake Paul down and we were unsuccessful because Keemstar disagreed and had doubt about the allegations. That's what's going on here. And God forbid, if for some reason I do get banned or get erased off the internet or retire or whatever, if I'm not here anymore, these guys, Def Noodles, H3H3, Trisha Paytas, and these reporters that they work with and they platform will control this entire community. It will be one opinion. These guys with these James Charles and James Charles and David Dobrik stories, they have created a hate mob, and they're just directing
Trisha
it
said that?
at whoever
Okay,
they
I
want,
missed it, I
whoever
guess.
they decide to just take down. And it's really
I'll trust
scary.
you, chat.
And they're hitting me with this social justice stuff where you're supposed to believe all victims. That is insanity. Every case is an individual case, and you have to look at what facts are available, and you have to give your honest opinion on that, right? You can't just say all victims are truthful and all allegations are truthful and it's 100%. You can't do that. Because what's going to happen is because there is going to be an allegation. There is going to be something out there that's against a YouTuber that destroys their entire career, right? And then we're going to find out that it's not true. That's just as damaging to real victims of sexual assault, rape, whatever, right? You have to look at every case on an individual basis. So I don't know. I just wanted to kind of vent and tell you guys what's going on. And yeah, dude, I don't know what's wrong with Ethan. He's so careless, absolutely so careless. And all this stuff is just going to bite him in the ass in the long run. And he really needs to get a little smarter. That's it.
I fucking hate that I agree with Keemstar 100% there. Oh my god, I hate that I agree with him right there. What the fuck? Why is he right? Ah! He's still sensitive though. So, let me give you context for what happened. I'm gonna close The Sims. I'm not gonna play it today. Because I'm gonna end the stream and make a Twitter versus on this in like 30 minutes. So I gotta close the fucking Sims. Dude, I tried to play The Sims last stream and it didn't work out. Shit keeps happening, man. I'll tell you the little story. I'll tell you the little Keem story real quick before I get off. It's just so annoying, dude. I just wish he was less sensitive. All right, so let me try to get to it. Give me a second. Is there a way I can just turn off screen? Yeah. All right. Twitter. It's so annoying. All right. Keemstar. Tweets and replies. Okay. So Keemstar made this Twitter video. Let's watch it.
Listen, I could put out a video. Update on the David Dobrik situation. Update on the James Charles situation. Update on the Jake Paul situation. Update on the Little T situation. Update on the EDP situation. But listen, that's what all these other motherfuckers are doing. They talk about one story for a month. 7,000 videos on one person. Shut up. I ain't doing
7,000 videos on one person. Shut up.
it. I'm not spamming content. Even though I know I'm going to get views, even though I know I'm going to get paid, I'm not spamming content. I'm sick of all these old stories. I want a new story. Shit. That's why I'm the best. Honestly, that's why I'm better than all you.
All right. So me and Keem are cool, right? And I reply, because he's like, make a video on the same person over and over again. I'm like, dude, you make so many videos on Jake Paul. Bro, you reported on Jake Paul holding hands with Banks. You have no room to talk about milking topics, lol. I call him bro, I say lol. It's not like, it's just like, you know, I remember this video. It's just kind of funny that you say that, because look at that shit. And then he responds, 1.4 million views. I can't believe you even have the balls to come at me when I literally start your channel. When you literally start your channel based on stealing my entire streams. Not true. And re-uploading them, you fucking loser. And if I lose this Twitter app, you're out of business, motherfucker. Again, not true. I created you, you worthless piece of shit. So I just thought he was memeing here, because usually, like, he's over-aggressive, he's memeing, he's called me retard. He's done, like, that's just his shtick, right? Keem's just over-the-top meme. I thought it was a meme, dude. But then he blocked me, and he called me in private, and he's like, why are you coming at me, bro? You're taking a swing at me? Why? And I'm like, what? What? A swing? This is like a tap on the shoulder. Why are you being such a pussy? So I'm annoyed at Keem because he's a fucking little pussy bitch. But that's about it. That's literally about it. I mean, this isn't that big of a deal. It's just that, like, it bothers me that he's, like, so sensitive. Dude, if Keem wasn't as sensitive, like I wish I could joke around with Keem in the same way I do, like, Nick and Augie and shit. Like, because if I shat on... Excuse me. I made this tweet, which is way worse, about Turkey Tom. I'm like, Why does Turkey Tom, Turkey Tom are friends, why does Turkey Tom look like Carl's Jacob if he went to special needs class, right? And then he quote tweeted by sharing like a embarrassing picture of me that like got leaked when I was last summer when it was hot outside and I was quickly, you know, switching screens and I had the face cam one on for 2 seconds. Pretty embarrassing, you know. Don't normally look like that at my computer. But yeah, we're just like being friendly back and forth. But Keem can't even do that, dude. I say lol, you milk, and then he just goes fucking berserk. So I wish Keem. I just wish Keem was less of a baby snowflake. But that's about it. Anyways, that's it for the Bowblax show. 1.5 hour show, pretty fun. We had a little bit, well, maybe 1 in 10 minutes because the 10 minutes of like fucking around with the Sims 2. I do have Sims 2 content ready. I have a little family ready. It's gonna be badass. The Sims 2. It's gonna be epic. And I might stream it actually tonight. But first, I need to make a video because I didn't know that the H3 podcast was gonna be that nuclear, and I have to make a video because I'm all about updating on Keemstar versus H3. You know me, Keemstar versus H3. That's my favorite topic to milk. Mainly because I've been covering it since it first happened in 2017, and I just love that I have all of that archived. So I'm gonna make that, and then I might go back on the stream again. But yeah, this is just a little mini after hours. I hope you enjoyed, even though it was just me and it was scuffed. And thank you for the donations. I appreciate it. Gamer Knight sent one. Ashley Key sent one, and that's it. But I appreciate it. I might promote this a little more. This was fun. Hope you enjoyed. See you in episode 2. See you tomorrow. Probably later tonight for the Sims stream. If anyone wants to see The Sims, I have some pretty funny stuff set up for that. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.